Hey, it's me again, Toni Dee. Gonna do a nail tutorial. Like I said, I was gonna do my last post. This is kind of what I'm going for. A lot of people do the ombre look, and with a pattern over the top. I'm wearing this tonight. Really cute. Saw Caroline Flack in it, and then I found it. Really excited about that. Yeah, so I like to sort of do something similar sort of colour to what I'm wearing that night. You might have seen a lot of quick videos that show you to put stuff around your nail when you're doing nail art that you can just peel off, so then you don't have to get the nail varnish remover. This is one I've got, eBay, really cheap. Like no mess, they call it sometimes. This is obviously either Japanese or Chinese. I don't speak Japanese or Chinese, I'm not sure. But do you know what you can use? PVA glue. If you've got any PVA glue at home, if you got kids or you are kids, just put a little bit and paint it around the edges. What I'd say, when you do it, put it on really thickly. That's what you can see around the edges of my nails there. Because if you put it on thick, it's easier to peel off. If you don't put a lot on, then it's even harder to get off than just getting the nail varnish remover. It does take a while to dry, so if you can't be bothered, to just use nail varnish remover around the edges when you do nails. Okay, so start with white. I'd always suggest to put a base coat on your nails whenever you're painting your nails to keep them nice, especially if you're doing a dark colour, because it tends to stain. I like my skin, I like to look after my nails as well. Always put a base coat on so the colours don't stain my nails, and I'm always painting them different colours. So base coat, which is normally clear, and just a white. That obviously looks probably pretty rubbish, but it's just a base to put the ombre colour on top. It just comes out better if you've got a white base. Okay, so then get a sponge. I've picked these colours, like a baby pink, that's a Barry M one, a sort of lilac-y colour, and an aqua green. Basically what you do with the sponge as well, you've got to sort of try and judge what sort of length your nail is. Obviously mine are quite long, so I have to do quite big stripes. If you've only got like half of that, just do little ones. I ended up with black stuff on my sponge. I'll use the other end. Okay, so put quite a bit of nail varnish on, and then overlap with the next colour. Try to do sort of lighter to darker. Whatever way, what round you want to put that on your nail is fine, it's up to you. Overlap. And then sponge it onto your nail. So I've set the pink and the green on the ends of my nails. So put it round that way and just sponge it on like this. Hard to do this showing you like that. And obviously if you're going quite subtle, you could leave it like that. The more you put on, you have to keep reapplying. But the more you put on, the darker the effect will be. And you just keep going along like that. And you can do this with whatever colours you like. On my holiday, I did really quite sort of vibrant colours, ended up looking like a sunset. And then I painted palm trees and little birds in the sky, and I got so many compliments about it, even men. And yeah, just keep reapplying, and doing it with a sponge, it just dries a lot quicker. So even you could have just apply nail varnish like this if you wanted to. If you've got glitter nail varnish as well, and you always end up having to put about 10 coats on to get the glitter out, put it on a sponge first. Just keep dabbing the glitter on the sponge, and then when you put it on your nail, it comes out very glittery, so you don't have to put so many coats on. It's really annoying, isn't it, with the glitter? Also, glitter's quite hard to come off, isn't it? So just keep dabbing to your desired colour. A little bit of music on in the background. Keep going, just keep reapplying. And as I say, this dries pretty quickly, so it's really handy. I'm going to impress all the young girls at the school fete today, aren't I? They'll be like, oh wow, look at your nails. So that's it. That's the colour effect. And then what I'm going to talk to you about now is, if you're not very good at, obviously you know you can get nail art pens like this. One end's a little dabber, so you can do spots and stuff, and the other end usually comes out as a brush. It's going to not come off now, is it? Because I want to show you. I'll show you when my nails are a bit drier. And you can do fine lines, but if you're not very steady-handed, it's quite hard. These are brilliant. They have like embossed patterns on them. You know, get all different ones. These ones are like nail tips, so you can put like a zebra print on the tip of your nail. Obviously you can only do that if you've got long nails. Little patterns like this, you could just put a couple of bows on your nail. So what I've done here is I've picked, sort of try and go with the same thing as pattern as my outfit, is I've picked this one. So what you do is get whatever colour you like. You have to have one of these, a little scraper, and like a dabber as well. You'd be able to get, I mean, I was buying these £5 at a time and then realised I could get a whole thing like this for like £1.39 off of eBay. And I was like, oh my God, life saviour. So I picked black to co-ord with my outfit. So what you do is paint it on the one you like. Then you scrape off the excess, like this. And then use this, the dabber, to imprint your pattern. And then that way, if you get any extra little bits, you can just wipe those off, just in case you get those on. And then you imprint that onto your nail. So my nails are quite big, so I have to probably do a couple. And I've done a completely different one to my other hand. It's a good start, isn't it? But never mind, it's very similar. So I'm going to do the other one just to show you. This is the one I used. Scrape it off like that. Sometimes you'll need to just wipe off this again. Nail varnish remover, cotton pad, easily done. Just tilt that down, press it in. Sometimes you need to just wipe over the thing as well. Other than that, it's quite easy. Imprint. Thing was a bit wet then. Didn't dry it properly. Okay. Patterns on there. You can see this properly. And so on this hand, I've just done one on this finger and one on the thumb, and I'm going to leave the rest like this because it seems to be quite fashionable to do that, and I quite like the colour, so I want that to be shown as well, but I want the pattern on there. So this one's going to go on my thumb, just sort of line it up and then print it on. As you can see, I haven't got the top because my nail's so long, So what I'll do is I'll just do it again, and then I'll line it up with the rest of it and print another bit on, make sure that's dry. So what I do is just line that up where it finished before and print the top. And then, you know, if you've got any gaps, you can just try and fill them in with a little, it doesn't matter too much. It still looks pretty cool. So you put a top coat on that, and that's them done. And then, obviously, the reason you put this stuff around is because sometimes when you're doing the printing with the sponge and everything, it goes over your nails and everything. So then you should be able to just peel this stuff off. Say you have to get it quite thick. You try and start it off, and then you should be able to do this hand. It's been on longer. Like this. A bit like a face mask, really. And then the bit that was on your skin just comes off. See that? A little bit there. And then you should have a clean nail that you don't have to, might just have to take a few little bits of the glue off. But it's, so you don't have to go around the edges. So that's pretty cool. So that's a quick nail tutorial from me. Hope you like that, and loads more to come. Thanks.